Hello, friends, and welcome to 10 Points Under, where 10 points will get you a fancy new whip. This is Big a Bullfrog, and joining me today, we are bringing the power of the frogs together because my special guest co-host is none other than Superfrog. Welcome, Superfrog.
What's up? I thought I was triple frog on this show though. Remember that back
That's
in the
true.
day?
It's been a while, actually, since we've brought that up. But yeah, Triple Frog.
Deep
Good old
cuts.
Triple. Oh, man. Got to bring True back on and cast a game of yours again. That'll be good. So we're casting this game. This is from Online Con Day 1. This is a game between Doc and Dysole, so you know it's gonna be pretty good. Two great armies, two great players, great co-caster. We're just fulfilling all your hopes and dreams here on 10 Points Under today. So over here on the left we've got Doc. This is the Reverse the Whip tournament. They are playing their own armies this round. So Doc over here has Raylan, two squads of axe grinders, two red wormlings, two black wormlings, a white wormling. Oh, and Derek right up here. Over here on the right, you've got three squads of Yari for Dysole, drop one for the figure limit, plus Raylan, Laglor, and James Murphy. So, two really fun armies. I'm excited to see how these play out.
Yeah, I think the combination of Yari with Laglor is that just screams Dysole. So
Right.
like, I don't think you'd ever see that any other way, any other place. So obviously, Doc and Dysole way at the top of their games. So both in the top 5 of our rankings, I think. So kind of interesting they got matched up here round 3. But of course, the nice thing about these tournaments is you don't have to win everything on day 1 to make it to day 2. So they both did make it farther in the tournament. So this is it's always nice to see when you have like Titans meeting early. So
oh yeah, it's really fun, and it'll be a cool game. I'll be honest, I'm a little bummed that this isn't reversed the whip, because I just know that Doc was talking a lot of smack on Dysole's army. So I would love to see how he tried to play that. But
that would have been fun for sure.
I live for that alternate reality, but unfortunately this is what we've got. But yeah,
2020 strikes again.
I know. Somewhere out there's an alternate timeline with no COVID and where Doc has to play Yari.
That's right.
But yeah, let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and just jump into the game and see how things start developing. And we'll see. Now let's see. Superfrog.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're like me, you probably know the eventual winner of the game. Do you remember anything about this game from watching it live?
I did not watch this game. I actually do not remember. I don't know the winner of this game. I feel like probably if I searched my memory enough, I could find it. But I'll just watch it. I'll just watch it and see what happens. All right.
Nice. Good. Yeah. I mean, like, I remember the winner, but I was playing my own game at the time, and so I don't really know how this game progresses. And my biggest question really is, what do you do with all of these bodies?
Yeah, it's very interesting because if you look at top right, Dysel's got a whole bunch of Yari, and Yari just aren't that good. And well, the best thing about Yari is Kato Katsura, and nowhere to be seen. And then the dwarves are good, but like there's 8 of them, and like so there's big deficiencies around. But of course, you got Raylan. Raylan covers a multitude of sins, so that's some Raylan placements.
Yeah, and yeah, I know that's actually like a really good point in that you've got a lot of Yari that are very you got a lot of them. They don't do much, but there are a lot. And then you've got a lot of stuff that does do a lot of stuff over here. Like X Grinder's great, Wormling's great, but they're also very lacking in numbers, and so there's that balance there that.
Yeah, and you never want to underestimate Laglor either. I think I always am surprised every time I play Laglor. I'm like, oh yeah, he has 6 life. Like that's not something that the original Classicscape did a whole lot was like that 6+ life, so like everybody's at 5, but like Lagor's a 6, and that can having a 6 range or a 7 range 6 life, that's like a big deal. So Lagor, if the Yari can do something, right, then maybe Lagor can make an end game of it.
Yeah, yeah, I could. I mean, I definitely agree there. Yeah, I think Laglord's really, at, just like you said, for end game, he can take a lot of hits, and if the Yari can like, pare down these squads, or well, yeah, just pare down the axe grinders a bit, maybe take out a
A
wormling
couple
or two,
wormlings.
yeah,
Yeah.
then that becomes pretty feasible for Laglor there. Um, as well as Murphy. Well, Murphy, I feel like has a little bit less overall value in this game, just with like, I mean, okay, exploding or doing the shotgun blast right now in this area would be great, but you've got it. That's a very
That would be
specific
great.
prediction that you'd have to make. Otherwise,
Yeah.
Doc can just spread out really easily.
I was thinking at the beginning of this game how, like, why would you want a white wormling? Like, white wormlings are, the ones you don't play just with blues, right? You don't play blues, but like black and reds are the ones you really see. But white wormling is actually a really a good choice here against Yari, with where the 2 attacks of 2 can really play to have that multi attack that the other ones don't give you against one defense. Like it does something.
Yeah, it's like Doc purposefully counter drafted this army, which I'm sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that wasn't the case. I know they talk armies beforehand. I'm pretty sure Doc wasn't just thinking of Dysole when he included the white wormling. But yeah, no, I agree because the white wormling, I feel like Doc does slide the one white wormling into a couple of his armies that I've seen. I want to say that, but I'm not 100% sure on like the other than like 4 defense is nice and the 2 attacks of 2 is sometimes nice. I'm not sure why you do that over one of the other ones.
Yeah. Let's see what he's doing with some more axe grinders. I think it's always interesting to see when you when you switch over to straight bonding versus getting your 6 move activations, especially on a map like one where it does kind of significantly go uphill pretty fast. Where 6 move can be a big difference over 4. So it looks like he's taken his 6 move, and we'll see what Derek when he decides to come in.
Yeah, there's definitely that. This map is really really interesting like that, and also I think that plays into the matchup too. That's one thing I was looking at before we started the game was like this. Obviously, both players wanted to go this way from the beginning with their setup, and then they both put Raylan out this way, so Valda's kind of a big deal to them. Um, but like, I mean, this hill is really strong, and it's something that Doc can take really well. But it's also, I feel like, if Dysol were to push a lot of Yari up this hill, it could be pretty difficult to like, I don't know, push that advantage too much just with the numbers. I don't know. Like, there's a lot going on in this matchup.
Yeah, this speaking of the map, I think this map is actually technically impossible, because that spot where the white wormling is, the hive doesn't fit against raised elevation. So
Oh, that's
I,
true.
we were talking about this after we picked the map pool. I think Doc was involved in the map pool, and somebody brought it up afterwards. I was like, well, I guess it's online. Nobody cares, right? Of course, if you're building in real life, you just bump the hive up a level to level 4, and it's great. But
Right, yeah.
you don't see many double hive maps, so
I know, this is a cool one. This is
yeah.
another strong map from Flash 19. We can put that on there. But
Yeah. He doesn't make too many ones that wouldn't qualify as another strong map from. So
true, correct.
okay, what do we got? I haven't even been following the dice rolls.
Yeah, I
A couple
kind of
Yari
was
down.
Yeah, so a couple are gone. Same though. I wasn't really looking too closely just because
So
you already
that
had
one
some.
skull would have been a that would have been the red wormling. So
Yep.
with the fledgling fires, but then the 2 dice was the white wormling, and so 2 dice does play, except of course you whiff more. So there it is.
Right. Yeah, the 5 range is also nice to be able to come up here and just like kind of take a turret position.
Yeah. So you're right. He is trying to chip away at that hill a little bit, or at least stop it from being so solidified. We'll see if the a 2v3 goes through here. That would be big.
2v5 though, that's still
Oh yeah, sorry, two.
Galen aura
Oh,
too.
well,
So
two skills is 2 skulls. Yeah. Hey, well, 2v5. Okay,
oh,
maybe
nice,
it was
yeah.
2v3. Okay, I was manifesting it. And of course, the other red wormlings safely in the back. No worries of losing anything. Order marker wise.
It's true, yeah. Good call from Doc.
Yeah, I might have tried that white one again. See
Yeah.
if he can kill the one next to him, and then maybe do one of the ones down by the bushes. He's probably got sight there.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely got range. So that's I don't know. Who am I to second guess Doc though? It's bring up. You don't want to run out of wormlings on the front lines. So
Yeah, and that's definitely true as well. Especially if I mean, depending on how Doc wants this to play out, doesn't look like Dysole's going for the hill, but I don't know, like you don't want to have that be the I don't know the deciding factor because he got a little bit negligent.
oh, he did go for the white wormling after all. So
Oh, he did.
yeah.
Wait, no, he's rolling. Oh, that
Well,
was a
and white
melee
and then
attack.
red. Yeah, you went
Oh,
with the yeah. Isn't that not what you'd expect?
yeah,
I mean, sorry. The 3 dice is obviously better than two, but
right.
I guess the question is what's better? 2 attacks of two. That's probably at least as good against the defense of one. But
Yeah, you'd think so.
an
I don't know.
attack of
Maybe
two is probably the second attack of two is if you do get the first one to go through. The second attack of two is very unlikely to do anything with the that Yari would have what 4 defense down there. So it's
that's true.
not that good of an attack that you'd get. Maybe you just focus on killing the one at hand.
That makes sense. Take the easy kills when you got them. Looks like Laglor's using his special explosion attackers.
Wouldn't that be cool? I think he's probably just asking for line of sight, or she's asking.
Okay, gotcha.
That would be my guess. Your auto load. Okay, not going to do it. Second one, 2-1 is what you want.
Oh yeah.
Whenever you see 2-1 with Laglor, you're like, yeah, give me more of that. So many. Okay. Okay. Well,
And that's the worst
can't win them
when
all.
yeah,
When
I've
you get
had
like
several
4 attacks
times.
and 5 and they don't go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I'm getting those symbols. I'm gonna kill something, and then you don't, and
Yeah, and
it's just
then you
sad.
kill nothing. Yeah. Okay. Interesting to bring up Laglor now. Um, I mean, obviously he's not super exposed or anything. But you wonder if he's going to try to push out farther or if he's going to try to um, hang back and then have the Yari go forward.
Hmm.
Just what Laglor's going to do. Um, and of course, you got James Murphy. So it's like weird balance here. Kelly Ripa.
I like that. That's great. But yeah, like because looking at this for me, I think the pacing of this army is really hard for um I don't know for any player piloting it. So for Dysole and of course anyone who has to use it on a reversed round, but um because yeah, you've definitely got that tempo, but also where Dysole is trying to funnel all of her figures up in here. That's a lot of Yari to try to get up in here, and
Yes. Yeah. There's not that much room with the hive and the tree and the glyph. Like
mm-hmm.
it's just not gonna. It's not gonna be free flowing. I'm sure if this was my physics class, I could come up with some analogy about the resistance of the circuit or something. I don't know. We're not there.
Soon though, soon. A special
Sure.
10 points under Superfrog talks Heroscape physics.
And there's the push for that hill, but I don't know, playing two ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
You staging ground on that hill. Because it doesn't look like Dysole's trying to contest that hill much, right? There was that one feint up there earlier, but the push is towards that top glyph.
Yeah, and I think it looks pretty good. Dysole's left this space open for an attack. I don't know if that's a trap. I think it's a trap. Well, I don't know. I guess because that's a nice kill for that, or like a probable kill on that. Ashigaru. But then you'd probably be facing a 6v6.
Yeah, but if you can get a couple Yari down there on the front lines, right? You need three of them for an encircle, so
Mm-hmm.
5. So you're not that far away from limiting the amount of encircles if you're careful with placements. So, but you're right. That might be a trap play. You didn't take it.
Yeah, it
There
looks
goes
like
Jane.
he's setting up his own traps and saying, "Hey, you can get hide on me if you like.
Yeah.
All you have to do is." Oh no, wait, doesn't even have to step out of Raylan's aura. For this one, he does, but
Shotgun.
nice.
Nice placement there to deny any blast there,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing that's coming based on the order markers. Is there another one on James Murphy? Do you see? I missed.
I'm not certain.
Well, we know there's at least one more on Yari with the Rip Van Winkle. So
That's true. Yeah.
okay, so we get a black wormling, but who's going to go first? Who's going to try a red or okay? Looks like he's going with white. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, because he wanted the white one there. Oh, okay.
Interesting. So now, do you do a melee attack down four dice, 4 on 3? It's probably what I would. But the white wormling does have like a little bit of a defender role, like
Mm-hmm.
4 defense, and he's up there. Nobody can get high. Of course, 6 attack can punch through that, but of course, Raylan's Zara too, so 6 defense. Ooh, oof.
Yeah, that feels bad.
That's not how you draw that one up. I was gonna say it looked like he was trying to move a red one there. I'm like, I don't think that's how.
I was waiting for it to happen so that we could then have video footage of Doc cheating. Know how he's so good.
Yeah, it's like I demand a recount.
We need to go back to day 1, redo this game.
Sure. And then if it changes, then we re-adjudicate all other games. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we do have a slight explosion.
Oh, nice.
And 5 out of 6 so far for James Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want.
Yeah,
And
it takes out another one.
Okay.
Which against this army that Doc has, each axe grinder really counts because now he's down to 6.
He's down to 6, yeah. The one, and then okay, yeah. And still not much from Darak. So he's mostly using the axe grinders as just a 6 move squad.
Mm-hmm.
Those 4 activations, but of course you can get the 5 activations if you do Darak. It's just there's not that much room on this map,
Right.
or
Yeah.
for that. Let's see if the 4 dice does better this time.
Yep. It
There it
does.
is. Yep. It's a little more than average result.
Still 10 Ashigaru on the field though. They'll last a good little while.
Were there 15 to start with?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So that's
So
the
now
nice thing. And that's what I like so much about this matchup is like having so much of such a weak squad and then so little of such good figures.
such a good squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of those Chris Perkins armies where he'll just like one
Oh, yeah.
squad at night. I I would not trust myself to play an army like that to any degree of effectiveness.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, I had to play just small anecdote. I played against him um during this tournament on day 1. Um with the whip reversed, so I had to play his army and that was a brain teaser and a half.
Yeah, it's always fun when you kind of identify the player just by the army.
Mhm.
Doesn't always work. Okay, let's see if we can remember the order markers this
All right.
time. James, Yari, Laglor, and then 2 dwarves, Black and Raylan. Okay. Oh, are we running away? Or are we undoing moves? We're undoing moves. Okay, I was really confused there.
A little bit more often.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're at least gonna get 3 attacks here. Looks
Mhm.
like.
Some of them are attacking up too, so just going for those small chances of getting
Yeah, I
kills.
mean you need something.
Mhm. And I think that's the thing. Like Dysole has the bodies, but just needs to start taking a lot of swings and hoping that one of them goes through somewhere. One or two somewhere, just to like further weaken the efficiency of Doc's army.
Well, I was about to say that 2 for 2 might do it, but not gonna do it against 5 shields.
Unfortunately.
So that one is from height. Oh, sorry, the dwarf has height. That's what I meant to say. Oh, now that
It's a spicy play.
aggressive Raylan placement. Oh, now here's one of the times you just wish that it was swarm railing, right? So look at this opportunity. But she hasn't learned that yet.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Come
Trying to
back in
protect for it.
2007. I mean, offensive Raylan is always fun. If 4 dice, if you get height, it's not nothing.
Mhm.
Of course, the white wormling can do that too, but this lets him play aggressively with everybody else as well.
Right.
And
And
yeah,
actually I really like this play because Dysole's weakest aspect of her army, granted, so she can still get this in circle, but
yeah,
like if her order markers are on James or Laglor especially, her weakest part is her offense. Ouch. Okay, so that hurts.
wow, wow. And Doc's like, oh, I gotta actually keep track of my wounds. It's like I wasn't expecting to take any.
Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the one thing about that play is that it does give you does set you up for an encircle. But if you can clear out like 2 Yari this turn, then like the encircle capability is just very limited from here on out.
Mhm. And having that forward Raylan allows you to play a lot more loosely with your other figures because Dysol's definitely going to
Exactly.
be fate or like especially on a one health Raylan, like definitely going to spend the next turn attacking Raylan. Um,
Right.
and if that's not an encircle, that those could be wasted attacks that then I'm good for Doc.
Yeah. Yeah. It at least right. Raylan's not going to die in 1 turn. All right. We almost did, but very unlikely.
Right, right.
So you're basically saying, here, take 2 turns to attack Raylan, and I'll take 2 turns and keep attacking you.
Mm-hmm.
So how many? Just okay. One in the middle, and then that one on the glyph. Okay. So we do have Yari. Oh wait. Okay. So the turn action if Doc is not done. Now it is. Okay.
He was tired.
That's right. It's been a long day. 2 whole games of Heroscape already. Okay. Okay, Laglor. What are you trying to get out of Laglor at this point? And what's the best way to do that? Are you gonna? I mean, you got to shoot Raylan.
Yeah, you got to. And after that, probably,
Uh,
or if you get to that point, if you get the multiple attacks and kill Raylan.
yeah, I was wondering for a second if Laglor could run down onto that swamp 3-hex and still see Raylan. I doubt it though.
Oh, this
Seems a
one?
little. Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't expect so.
it does give you even ground, but I don't think there's line of sight there. If it was 1 hex farther, I'd give it.
But yeah, so that was a good turn for Doc, where Laglor not quite having the punching power to get through that 4 defense
Right.
dice.
Yeah, and now Laglor's gonna be tied up, or at least somewhat tied up.
Mm-hmm. Has to kill a 5 defense figure before he can start taking more shots at
Right.
Raylan or disengage.
Or disengage, which is a question of like, do you want to do that? Right.
Right.
A 6 life is 6 life. We talked about it, right? And
Yeah. So with Laglor, I'm probably pretty willing to disengage. But when you're disengaging onto low ground, I guess you could come up around this way. Still, it's not getting you into a great position because over here you're outside of Raylan's aura.
yeah, maybe you disengage right down there next to Raylan,
Mm-hmm.
so that way nobody can get height. Well, lots of blocks that turn, or at least a couple at the end.
Yeah, not as bad for Dysole as I thought it was gonna be.
So if you're Dysole, what do you do here? Right, we got order markers set. Right, end of the round. What's
I'm
the ideal scenario for this round?
I mean, I think you've got to. I think I got to go like Laglor and just because
It's got to be Laglor. There's no
yeah,
encircles left. Right, you can't encircle Raylan. And I don't see any good or any really good explosions.
right. I mean, like I'd love to do James because he's adjacent to Raylan, so he's negating the jungle defense. But
You could do the whip, right?
oh, that's true. That's true.
I always forget about the whip, which is dumb because it's like the only thing that differentiates James Murphy from Johnny Shotgun.
Yeah, right. Oh, and
So
and
there
shield
is
for
James.
Murphy.
Okay, and you can do the whip and the explosion. Of course, you wouldn't want to explode. Oh well,
Oh,
maybe you.
exploding right there. Nice.
Yeah, that's a miss. Um, she should definitely have rolled whip um for Raylan.
Because you could whip Raylan and then attack this figure,
And
right?
yeah, you don't have to. Let's see, what does it say? The chosen figure, if you roll a 12 or higher, the chosen figure cannot roll any defense dice if attacked by James's turn. I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure what that means.
Yeah, that's worded a little weird.
Like
I think you
attacked
could.
by, so like Raylan wouldn't be the target, so he's not targeted by.
Right, but you'd
It's
still be defending
by
against his
affected.
attack.
Yeah.
I will say though, just because I do know this from talking with Dysole after the tournament, she had forgotten through I think through both days that James Murphy had a whip. So that's
Man,
the real
the
reason he
power
didn't see
to
a whip there.
it's in the name of the event. Right?
I know, right?
But yeah, I mean, Raylan rolled at 1 shield, but
Just barely. And
1 skill is
if
enough
that
to
whip's successful, that would have been a kill.
that would have been a kill. Missed opportunities. Okay. Well, it looks like this one is maybe close to finishing off. See what happens. Was this these were timed? Is that correct?
Yeah, these were timed, and I made the
Are they
mistake of.
coming down to the time?
I'm not 100% certain. I can't see the time bar right now.
Okay.
I'll maybe check after the end of this round and see. Well, no, actually, looking at the time for my recording, we're still a good little ways off from that.
It's always interesting to play into a timed event or a time deadline. And like it just adds this other win condition, kind of, right? Or a alternate ending point. It's like you play for different things than if you're playing for a win.
Mm-hmm.
But alternate win conditions are always fun. We're That's why I'm pretty happy with season 38. We have a couple alternate win condition formats, and it's just like it's like Heroscape, but then a little I don't know, a little something else on the side.
Right. Yeah. No. I'll be honest. I'm a huge fan of alternate win conditions because I feel like Kill 'Em All gets somewhat stale in that, like, I mean, I feel like the plays become fairly predictive, or yeah,
Yeah,
just predictable. Where like alternate win conditions can really change not only what armies are good, but like just the
how
way.
you play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That said, we've got a dead Raylan for Doc and a wounded Raylan for Dysole now.
Well, that answer to the question is when is Derek going to do anything?
Yeah, it's now.
It's now. Oh, and here comes William or Mike. See, I was really confused because one time I was talking about William, and Dice was like, his name's Mike. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, is it
I just
really? That's funny. But yeah, Doc now just having the pieces in the right place to hammer home this potentially hammer home this offensive. I don't know what the state of the game will look like.
yeah, but the at the beginning we were talking like what they already need to do. They need to thin out the dwarves, right? If you can kill 4 or 5 dwarves, so that Lagor can do his thing. They did not do that. How many dwarves we got left? 6 still. Yeah,
1, 2,
6.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6. That's that's still a pretty good mass. I mean, like earlier in the game, I thought it was looking pretty bad for them because they did go down to 6 pretty quickly. I felt like, but I mean, at
Right.
this point, Doc not only has the power in figures, but also the amount of figures going for him.
You wanted to catch Doc cheating. He just attempted.
Oh, wait, what do you do?
He rolled for hide in darkness against Lagor's special attack.
Doc.
He did not succeed in the roll.
Lucky. Well, I don't know.
Hide in darkness only
Psychologically,
on normals. That's right.
and that's a dead Raylan too.
Raylan? Yeah. And with Raylan out of the picture, the two defense James Murphy is not long for this world.
Yeah, not looking. Well, I mean, okay, I guess those couple rolls making him look pretty great, actually.
Yeah. He's like, look at me, 2 dice. I can do it.
Say I'm not long for this world. I'll show you how long.
It's like one of those cowboy tropes where it's like, you won't die. Okay, well, Laglor's still there. Laglor's still got no wounds. What can Laglor do? Hopefully something.
Right? Yeah, I mean, like he could potentially just about win the
Laglor
game
can
in
get
one turn.
infinite attacks in 1 turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Laglor see everybody from where he is. Okay, not the last 2 Warlings. But Laglor can kill everybody else in 1 turn. Entirely possible.
I
We
believe in
just
it. I believe in the dream. This'll it's gonna happen.
let's manifest this one as well. And there's the initiative. Really help Laglor. So we do have 2 Laglor and 2 James Murphy. I'm guessing James Murphy to start with because he's got an explosion set up.
Yeah, that's a great explosion right there.
And it would be even greater if you had whip, but okay. Now we're gonna lose some of the explosion, not all of it, but mitigate it.
Oof, and that's a really weak Derek attack.
Come on, Derek, get sneakier.
Hagler saw that one coming a mile away. Oh, okay. James Murphy did not see
Ooh,
that one coming.
yeah, yeah. Something about not long for this world. The next one's gonna do it. Okay, nope. The next one's gonna do it.
There you go.
And then we have another one on. Yeah,
More on lag.
it's one of those nice little plays that you take for granted sometimes, but where you leave an unactivated dwarf next to both of your targets for the turn, and then where you move what 2 or 3, and then you take your attacks in the correct order so that you can choose your last attack whether you want to go it on James or Laglor, because you're pretty sure that James Murphy is the first order marker, but you know once he's dead, right? So you don't want
Yeah.
to attack. You might not want to throw everything at him. Nice flexibility. Okay, okay. Poor Laglor.
Oh yeah. Getting hammered on right there. Oof.
Ooh. Oh.
It's like
Is that gonna be GG, or is Sam gonna fight this one out?
could be. I don't know. We'll see. But I think these dwarves are done playing the game though.
Yeah, they're like, we've done our job. Please, can we go home now? Yeah, looks like that might be it.
Yeah, it looks like I don't see an order marker getting revealed, so that must be. I mean, and there wasn't one on the Yari anyway, right? So
Yeah, it was
another
too
free
loud.
turn.
Yeah. Yeah. You imagine a free turn there, it's just gonna end it. You would hope.
Yeah. You kind of like, even if I was on Dysole's side, I'd be like, I hope I don't have to go another round through this if Derek and 4X grinders can't put the end on this.
So I guess Doc gets the last laugh if he was making fun of Dysol's army, and then he just spanks it like that.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, it was looking really close at the beginning. But I think I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of where.
Where it shifted.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you need. I mean, we were talking at the beginning. What the Yari need is they need to get a few kills to go through, and with the Doc's Raylan placement, that's always going to be tough. So 2 versus 5 and all that, and 6 sometimes with the height. So, but those aren't impossible. You just need a few of them to go through and capitalize. But
Right. Yeah. And when you're making
just
like
didn't happen.
right. Yeah. If you can get them to where they're attacking and you're getting 4 attacks per turn of 2, like those will start to go through eventually. The problem is like they are lacking the defense to keep that up for a super long time, and that's where we saw Dysole looking for that like positioning. But I will say, and I'm not 100% certain on this, but well, like I'm not 100% certain that I'm against it, but I don't think I loved Dysole's setup just up in the corner. I think she was trying to like get a bunch of Yari up here and then have Laglor or like Ancestor or James come and start shooting over that. But
Yeah.
I feel like Doc just outpowers that kind of a screen with the Wormlings. He can sit back more. I mean, I guess if you get it set up perfectly, great. But the Yari just don't have the staying power to keep that up while
Right.
also reinforcing, and that's their. I mean, they're not Death Reavers, so they can't reinforce off the turn, unfortunately. So
You heard it here, folks. Yari are not Death Reavers. Yeah. This map is interesting because it's basically like a 3 lanes type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play League of Legends, but it makes me think of League of Legends. Um, there's like 3 lanes, and it's like uh, there's not a whole lot of. It's hard to move from one to the other if you're in the middle of the map. Like
Right.
those sand islands are pretty isolated from each other. Not the easiest thing in the world to go between them. So if you commit to one, then it's just it, yeah. Doc did a good job of not letting that really work.
Yeah, and he had pretty good control too. I mean, like the wormlings with flying and range were able to control the hill fairly well, and
Right.
the Raylan placement was good. And I did really love. I mean, she took an immediate 4 wounds, but stayed in there long enough to um, keep things going for Doc. I do really love that Raylan placement of just jumping into the action.
Yeah, you called it spicy. I was like, yep, that's the right word. It's like something that looks wrong, but then you're like, oh wait, I like that. It's like totally the right. It's totally the right move here. So it's always fun when you see somebody do that, and you're like, oh, oh, right. Raylan placement is one of the things that I think like, I'm not great at, and a lot of people are like too conservative, and I'm one of those. It's like if Raylan is your last figure to die, you probably did it wrong. So
Right, yeah, I'm really good at protecting Raylan and having her be the last figure to die. But yeah, that
me
that that
too.
that has
Me
also
too.
lost me a lot of games.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I think we talked. One of my games against Dysole was on this channel earlier, and I had that same exact thing happen. I was just like letting Raylan just sit back, and I was like, "Well, okay, what are you gonna like? What are you saving her for? Like,
Mhm.
Raylan's to help and to take attacks. You know, like that's probably almost as good as the defense bonus is the attack diversion. So if you're not doing both of those, or if not doing both of those at least a little bit, it's probably could be more aggressive.
Yeah, and I think recognizing when to go in is like I mean, like that was great recognition from Doc. Like, oh hey, there's a space right there. Probably not going to be covered up by Yari because I mean, Dysel's got other places to focus on. So yeah, I'll just hop in there. Why not?
Yeah. And of course, taking that just again further gums up the works for the Yari, and it was just the death knell in a
Hmm.
lot of ways.
Yeah, it was really impressive play. I that's something I hope to be able to replicate in my own game.
Of course, that requires you to play Raylan, which
That's
you know
true. That's true.
sometimes I'm like, well, do I really want to play Raylan this time? Of course, this is why this is such a great format because it lets you play Raylan without feeling bad about it because you play it with some wacky garbage, and you're like, well, okay, Raylan's just because the rest of my army isn't that good. Right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do enjoy doing that. That's always a fun time. But yeah, so yeah, fun game, really good game. Lots of good plays to look at in there. And yeah, Superfrog, thanks so much for joining me for this one. Do you have anything you'd like to say to the viewers or anything before we sign off?
Just be on the lookout for more stuff from OHS. We're in season 38 right now, or at least when we're recording this. But after that, we'll have obviously season 39. We're looking to run um, more events, maybe another V Cheese. We'll see. We'll see what happens on that front. But I'll keep monitoring that, and uh, we always love having newbies. We have quite a few noobs this season 38, and we'd love to see you in season 39. So go sign up.
Yeah, it's a great experience. It's a lot of fun. They love newbies because they like to pick on them. So you'll get teased right away. No, it's a super friendly community. It's I mean I've said it a few times, but it's a great community. So I 100% agree with that. And I'm looking forward to the bring the cheese potential comeback because um I lost like 10 videos from it from the first one.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah,
so I'm looking forward for a chance at redemption maybe. We'll see.
yeah. Well, we got the map pool picked out, and we just have to finalize a couple things and also decide when it is. So
Oh,
we
nice.
always just tossing around schedules, and with holidays and stuff, you just never know when's the best time. So
That's true.
anyway, just keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah.
It will happen.
And if there is anything going on, I'm not certain how quickly I'm going to be pumping this one. Actually, this one's going to be probably pretty quickly. So chances are there won't be any signups going on when this one comes out. But if there are, you can always check and I'll have them included.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah. And speaking of that, just the couple quick usual plugs for Online Con. You can check out battle reports and Twitch channel and all sorts of other good stuff in the description below. Just make sure you check it out because I link lots of stuff. So if you want more material, there's more material down there. And you can see like player perspectives and battle reports, stuff like that. It's a good time. But yeah, thanks again so much for joining Superfrog, and thank you viewers for viewing the content. It's always happy when that happens. And yeah, this will be 10 points under and out.